Yes, hello everyone, and welcome to Andor episode 9 on the Building and Chatting podcast. You just saw Kenobi say hello there, so you know it's about to be a great time. So let's get right on into it. So, WM, I think we should do this how we've done all the other episodes now, where we do it by arcs.
Okay.
So, well, first of all, I want to do Cyril, Andor, well, we can do Cyril and Miro, Commander Miro. You know the Imperial lady.
Yeah.
We can do her and Cyril because their storylines kind of work together this episode. And then we can do Andor and what's the other ones?
Biff.
Biff, but that's at the beginning. Yeah, but we could do Biff and Miro as well. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, Mom Mothma.
Yeah, Mama.
All right, we're good then. Okay, but are we ready then?
I believe we are.
All right. Now, WM, I want you to talk about your favorite character, and of course, I mean the Cyril storyline with his mother this episode.
It's like real. I remember most of it.
This is
remember.
when they're eating breakfast, and he tells her that he
Oh yeah,
got.
Like he's like, I give you all this stuff. He's like, I gave you new suit. Like, I make you breakfast. What am I getting out of it, or something like that?
Yeah, and then he's
And
like,
he's
"Well,
like,
you're
I got.
still looking through my stuff."
Yeah.
And then he says, "Well, never mind all this, mother. I got a promotion."
And she's like, uh, something. I forget the name. We'll be so proud.
Uncle Harlow will be so
Yeah, Uncle
proud.
Harlow.
I want to see Uncle Harlow. It's I want to see who this is. I want to see, but
Uncle
but the next part is when
Isn't he with the Imperial lady?
yeah, he only had a small part this episode. This is when
Yeah.
he's stalking her, right?
Yeah, he's okay. So he like goes up to her and he's like, I don't remember exactly how the original like the start of the conversation happens, but I got the. So he's like,
Yeah.
all
Well,
this time.
some Imperials walk by, and then he grabs her and pulls her over for conversation.
Yeah, okay. And then he's like, I've been thinking I was meant for something more, like to enforce. And he talks about Andor and stuff, and he's like, was I wrong in hoping for this? And then he grabs her arm, and she's like, I could have you like arrested or something. And it's just really creepy of him.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, Cyril is threatened with an arrest if he doesn't get off of her. Don't be creepy like Cyril, everybody.
And he's like, we both know that Andor is bad news.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's basically Cyril's arc this episode.
Just stalking.
He gets pushed aside. He gets. Uh, Now I guess we'll talk about Biff because it's really just a quick arc. So I'll do Biff now since you did Cyril.
Okay.
All that happens with Biff's arc. Remember, she's kidnapped by Miro and Doctor Gorst. Yeah, Doctor Gorst,
Yeah.
and she's not talking about where Andor is or anything. So they put this thing on her head, Dr. Gorst does, to where you can hear the sounds of like children. It wasn't it like children were being killed and you could hear their cries or something.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah,
Something with
and
children.
yeah, you could hear children crying while they were dying. It was like it's really mess. It didn't. Thank God you didn't hear this. But Biff just starts freaking out and just screams because it's like torture to the mind. And then she reveals stuff to the Empire, and that's all that Biff has this episode.
Yeah, Biff just gets tortured this episode.
Yeah, Biff gets the torture scene. So then I guess then they just have Mom Mothma and Andor. Which one
Yeah,
do
I'll
you want
go
to talk
over.
about first?
I'll do Andor.
All right, go for Andor, my man.
Okay, so like he's just doing his normal like thing in jail, basically from where we saw
The
last
building.
episode.
Yeah,
And
they're
then
building the things.
yeah, there's this one like old guy that's having trouble and stuff. But then like the next scene, the major thing like with him is they're in like this hallway going like passing from something, like the little tunnel thing that you've seen.
Yeah.
And someone's broken or something, and then the Gollum guy is like, it takes like I forget what he said. He was like, it takes like a week for a word to get out here. Like, stop freaking out. And he
Yeah,
basically just
but
loses it.
yeah, but this is when everyone's freaking out because they've murdered everybody on level 2.
Well, yeah, but they didn't know that yet. They were just like,
Well,
what's going
that's
on?
that's what the dudes over on the other side was saying to them. Like 2 has been murdered, or like 2 has been, like they've been either like they've been attacked or they've been killed. So
Wait.
yeah,
Okay.
and then Gollum. Actually, this is this scene right here, the one in the background. This is when he says, Andor, you better shush it. Don't talk about this right now. There's nothing going on here because, before this scene happens, Andor, they go back to their cells after their job, and he's like, well, how many guards are there? How many
yeah. He's like,
how many
ever thought about-
things are
ever
there
thought about
here?
breaking out of here?
Yeah, and he's like,
Yeah.
we could easily get out of here. And he's like, nobody's listening. Nobody's listening. Like literally
Fair
just
enough to listen.
and listen. People are listening. They're listening. Yeah. But but next they do their job and then they're in the hallway like you said.
Yeah, again, and then they're like, they got like the 2 people standing on the opposite side of them are like, they killed a whole group of them.
Yeah, level 2.
Yeah. Level
Man.
2.
And then Gollum, or Alfred, the leader, he says, now everybody, we got to keep calm. We got, and this is only a rumor. There might be nothing more to it. Let's all be calm and make sure that nothing goes wrong. This just has to be some bad thing, and it's just going to pass. Do not worry. There's nothing bad going on, because in these hallways they can hear you. They are listening, and you know what it sounds like? The voice.
What?
In the hallway, it sounds like Squid Game, the front man. Hello, everyone.
I never watched that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like the main dude from Squid Game. It sounds like that, like line up now. Like, literally, it just sounds like the front man. It sounds like Squid Game a little
Yeah,
bit.
when they were like at the beginning, when they were assembling the thing or whatever.
Yeah,
Like it's like how they're all in like lines at tables and stuff. It made me think that they were on like a reality TV like cooking show or something.
yeah. And then, well, the next part of this episode was just really sad. Do you want to cover this, WM? This was the next part. They finished their job, but Olaf, the old guy's, not doing too well.
Okay, he
And
basically like passes out and then
in the on the hallway back to their rooms at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And what happens, WM?
I want to. Okay.
What happened?
So like the one guy, I don't know his name. He tells them that the rumor is true.
Yeah, the doctor. Yeah, the doctor, dude.
Secretary 2 was killed because like there was a mess up, and then like everyone found out about it, and then
yeah.
him and Andor, Gollum and Andor are walking away. Oh wow! Andor and Gollum are walking away, and he's like, again, like, how many?
How many on
each floor? and then he tells him. So it's like meaning
12.
that they're next. Yeah, 12. No more than 12. So it's meaning like
Mm.
next episode they're probably gonna try and break out.
Yeah, because they've realized they're not letting them get out of here. And Olaf died, and he only had like 40 days left.
Oh yeah, he was like, you only have a few more shifts left. Say in there.
Yeah, yeah, he had a few more like 40 shifts left, which I guess in the terms of things, I guess each shift is like if you finish a thing, that's a shift. So, like if you finish a complete thing, you get multiple shifts down. It's like one thing is one shift, I'd say. So he got down to 40 and died because he couldn't take the pressure or whatever of it anymore, and Olaf dies at the end of the episode, and they get pissed off about it, and like you said, they're going to try and break out. And but that's what happens in the Andor arc for this episode. And then Mom Mothma, we don't have to really talk about her a lot. It's just a little bit, and then that's it. I mean, this episode might be a little shorter than all of our podcasts because this episode, the summary is just really quick for it. You can get through it a little quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, there's a little more, but I mean, basically, I guess there's one more thing with Mira we didn't mention, the Imperial lady. She's talking to the I don't know, like the Imperial High Command, and they found a rebel driver from Skiro. Do you remember that guy that Luffy mentioned? The Saw Skiro or Giro, that guy, like Anthony or Algiro Skiro or something. It was the one that Luffy wanted to meet. He wanted Saw to give him an introduction, but Saw didn't. That guy. They captured one of his rebel pilots, and they're going to make it look like a staged crash in the middle of the street. Remember?
Yeah.
But that's all that was mentioned. And then after that, we just got Mon Mothma. Which do you want to do, Mon, or want me? Oh, you did Andor.
Yeah, so I'll let you, Mon Mothma.
Okay, so Mon. What happens to Mon Mothma is, well, her banker friend comes and says, well, it's really hard to transfer 400,000 credits or dollars to this fund. And he says, I might know someone that can help you transfer these funds. And she says, well, it seems like you have something in mind, banker friend. I forgot his name. What Lars, or not Owen Lars. Sorry. It's something with an L, like I think it's like Lar or something, like Lar. Let's call him that for now. Like, but Lar, she says, well, it seems like you have someone in mind, and he says like Jiro, or like Jiro Jaris or something like that. And she's like, no, not him. He's a thief and he's a bad banker. He's not even a banker. He's a thief. And he's like, well, I can try someone else, but he wants to meet you here. And she's like, him in my home here? This can't be. And yeah, she starts kind of freaking out about that. But basically, she has to go along with it so she can transfer her money,
Yeah.
So she's screwed either way there. And then, but Lar did it. Ask that person behind her back. So yeah, but he's trying to help her. And then the next scene is Val comes in. I didn't expect. Oh, and there was a scene with her at the Senate too, like, and all the senators.
Oh, yeah.
And all the senators are going against her bill, Mon Mothma's bill, calling her a liar. Why would you say these things? Blah, 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 right? So she's all depressed. But then her driver says, your cousin's waiting for you. And she's like, my cousin? You mean she's at the temple or the pilot? At her home, and he's like, yes, ma'am. Do we need to go there now? And she says yes. And WM, do you remember this? It's revealed that Vel from the Aldani heist is her cousin. They've been working together with Bluefin.
Yeah.
And so they give Vel gives Mon's daughter a new dress or skirt, and then she goes and tries it on. It fits, yay. Then they have dinner, and I think her husband's Pellis, whatever. He asks Val if she's ever going to find a husband, and she's like, well, there's not a lot of good pics these days. And then Val's like, well, you might want a widow. I'm like, Jesus. But and then that's what that is, a weird dinner. And then Mon's like, well, are you going to go back to the family? And she said, yeah, of course I am. I'm going to go see the fam. But I just came by here to see you first, because it was the first stop. And, but yeah, so Val she leaves and is going back home because they accomplished the mission they needed to at Aldani and all that. So she's going to go see the fam, and Mom Mothma is kind of just like staring into the blankness, like she's just kind of confused about a few things. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it kind of leaves it in a little bit of like what's going to happen, because I'm getting excited because they keep teasing, even though he's not there, WM, they keep teasing Palpatine. Palpatine is going to probably make an appearance somehow. They just keep teasing with the Senate, and I am the Senate. Not yet, but seriously, like, Mr. Senate himself may be here in the next few episodes. So Palpatine. So
Palpatine.
Palpatine. But yeah, that's it mainly for Andor. Like, Mon talks to Vel and her banker friend, and she doesn't really know where to go next, She's a little confused. But that is basically the end of Andor, episode 9. That's really it, WM.
Yep.
It was just a quicker it was a longer episode, but you can explain it when you do these arcs. You can explain it a little quicker. So, is there anything you want to say about this episode, your rating, or what you thought about it?
I give it 9. I give it 10 out of 10 because this episode actually had Cyril's mother.
Yes, if you don't know, WM gives every episode that has Cyril's mother a 10 out of 10. So, but Cyril's mother was in there. It's a 10 out of 10 episode. I will honestly say this. I'm going to go over 10. I'm going to give this an 11 out of 10. I thought this was a perfect episode. I love this episode. I thought it was so good. But it was really dark. It was a really dark episode. Like, people are getting murdered, people are dying. You're like, what in the world is going on?
He only had 40 shifts left.
He only had 40 shifts and he had a stroke. Gosh darn it. But Andor is just, it gets better and better and better. I can't believe we're already from Ferrix to Aldani to the Neomos prison, and now next episode we're breaking out of prison. So, I mean, that makes sense though. It's gonna be the final arc of Andor. Next episode gives us the final arc, 10 through 12. So yeah. So I give this episode an 11 out of 10. I think it was really good. I thought this episode lived up to everything it needed to live up to. Yeah, it was good. But yeah, follow us on Bouncy Hunter Network or WM Productions. Also, subscribe to this channel, like, comment, do all that. But thank you for watching this next episode of the Building and Chatting podcast. We appreciate it. We are glad you like the Andor episodes. We're glad you like the Star Wars stuff. We're always going to be posting the new Star Wars shows on here, of course. But yeah.
Oh,
We're
sorry,
also
can you
going to.
hear that?
What?
Can you hear that?
Here, what?
I don't know. Something just on my computer just started playing randomly. Some music or
Oh,
something.
oh no, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't hear anything.
Okay.
But yeah, but just thank you for watching, and we will talk to you next time with Andor episode 10 on next when well actually we watch it either Wednesday or Thursday, and then we'll get it up by the weekend. So next weekend, I guess around then we will see you for the next episode of Andor. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Goodbye.
There we go. Goodbye, everybody.